Today's Mikey Tries is going to be on the weirdest art supplies that are sold here at Jerry's Artorama. Now, a lot of these supplies, I was told, were things that I might have never even heard of or seen, and I will say that there are a couple of items on this table I have zero familiarity with. Is it familiar? I am unaware of. But most of them I have at least seen before. I don't think I've played with very much of anything on this table before, but I'm at least aware of its existence. So at least I'll get to try some products that we have for the first time, I guess. So anyway, what Christina has informed me is that what we're going to do is we're going to take each of these weird art supplies one at a time, and we're going to move all this stuff out of the way, and then we will get the accoutrement. I can pronounce French words, but I can't pronounce English. So do we want to just like address what we have on the table here? Well, I know some of it. Okay, so this one I'm really curious about. Okay, I do a lot of watercolor painting myself. I have not once ever tried Aquapasto. Okay, the funny thing is that if you look at most watercolor mediums, they do the exact opposite of what this does, because that's what most watercolor artists are looking for. They're looking to increase the fluidity, and they're looking to make it a smoother painting experience. Thank you, Goose. What this watercolor medium does is actually the opposite of what I would think a watercolor artist would want in a medium. This thickens and reduces the flow of the paint, which I guess it's like impasto, aquapasto. So we're going to try impasto painting with watercolor. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if there's any instructions. Impasto watercolor medium, translucent, thickens watercolor and gouache. Okay, well, there's that. Oh, I remember this from high school. Do we have a lighter? No? We'll try that out. I'm looking forward to this. I actually brought something just for this randomly. What are the chances? We'll all try it. I am very familiar with the funny brush because, I mean, we've sold this for years, and I remember, like, literally back when before we moved, like, this is going back like 20, like I was like a little kid seeing these brushes and going like, that's stupid. But they actually do serve a bit of a purpose for certain artists and types, and essentially they're just rubber bands. But anyway, I have seen these before. I have no idea what everything else to this side really is. These look like oil bars. This looks like just a kneaded eraser. You guys think that this is a weird art supply? This is a kneaded eraser. You think they're gross? I would say that this is like a staple amongst most artists. So to put this in the weirdest art supplies category, Katie? I mean, I get that it's kind of a weird thing, but it's...
If you're not used to it.
Ay. Okay, oil bars. Jamie, tell me if I'm saying this correctly. These are called scumbags, right? Dry cleaning pad. When I was in school, I took an art class that required this, and I think that the syllabus said scumbag or something, or maybe it wasn't scumbag, but maybe it was like douchebag. I don't remember what it was, but it was something bag that I thought was a funny name. Essentially, I believe this is a sock filled with eraser shavings in it, from what I remember from 400 years ago. And this is our Alumacomp panel. I've never actually painted on this, so that's pretty fun. That's exciting. And this is the Charze 3D palette. I've never used this before. We're going to give it a try. This is Mikey Tries, right? Mikey doesn't have to succeed or like it or even show up tomorrow. So what we're going to do is get started with the first thing. I don't know what that's going to be, but you'll find out right now. We'll put it in there. Nobody will know. Okay, they don't realize that I forgot, and it's the end of the video. Don't point that out. No, they don't see that. If it's quick enough. Now you've kept me up here too long, and they're going to notice that the table's different. Okay, so because I showed such extreme passion and interest in the Aquapasto by Winsor and Newton, we are going to give this a try first and see what it does. We do not know how this works, so I could be using this completely wrong, and if you have experience with this, then I don't know how you found it, but please share below your knowledge of what I'm doing wrong, most likely. So I've got that. We've got our Turner watercolor set here. I love these little adorable tubes. Oh, they're so cute. Let's go with some turquoise blue. That's pretty. You know, I have to say, I was given a palette knife. I think that if you need a palette knife to do your watercolors, you're probably doing it wrong. But, you know, hey, we have it, so we'll use it. I don't know what ratio to add. Okay, I'm just going to add some. Just shut up. Just shut up and do it. Okay. This also works with gouache, and technically Chinese white is just a gouache. So I will try that. It will probably lose a little opacity from you know, well, it'll lose opacity just anytime you add something that's not opaque to it. But let's see. I feel like if I'm doing like impasto, like waves, Katie. You like that? Christina likes it. Okay, I'm getting the heads up from Christina that we're good to go with that. Okay, we'll do some phthalo. I don't know how this will work. No, ultramarine. That sounds more waterish. Before I add any of this is not going to be art by anybody's standards. This is just going to be me trying to do a little piece of something. So before I add any of the impasto medium, let me just lay down some color here. All right, so let's just see what this stuff looks like before they yell at me. I'll put this up here. All right, so this is Aquapasto. Let's take a look at that. Oh, it looks like crap. I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to be so yellowish. It's like earwax. Tastes like earwax. All right, let's see what happens. I'm gonna go in first. How do I want to attack this? This is weird. All right, I'm gonna get some of this blue. Well, let's see. Oh, this isn't actually very wet, so that's good. So I'll add the impasto medium to it. Ugh. Okay, maybe this palette knife is not a good idea. All right. Well, it actually still keeps a pretty rich color on there. But, all right, let's see what happens. I don't really know what I'm doing, but when do I ever? We'll just go right into this and see if we can create. I don't know what we'll create. Definitely makes it feel more like a really loose acrylic almost. So yeah, I mean that is basically impasto painting, but it's weird because it's watercolor. All right, so let's just say that we're going to just do water up front here. Now I'm going to just add some white highlight to it while it's still wet. I'm wondering how the white's going to look with because this is so yellow. And it definitely, I mean, this is probably not meant for, or maybe it dries clearly. I don't know. It definitely gave it a slightly creamy hue instead of the white that it was out of the tube. Okay, let's see. All right, I've got my thick white now. Well, I just added a lot of water to it, but let's, All right, it's not art. It's not art. It's just, we're just adding visual, I don't even want to say stimuli, because I don't know what this is. It scares me. Let's see, I'm gonna get it thickly. Oh, too thick. What I'm really curious about is not really, like, okay, I get it. It's, you know, a traditional watercolor artist might not have any interest in this. If you're a mixed media artist, you like cool, weird stuff. I mean, I could see how this is cool, but what I really want to see is how it looks dry and when it kind of feels like dry. So I'm just going to keep kind of playing with this a little bit and trying to keep some of those peaks. And then I'm going to switch back to that palette knife. We've got a little roll of paint right there. Man, I'm Bob Rossing the out of this watercolor. Okay, good enough. I'll be here all day long if you let me, because I like playing with stuff, and this is actually kind of fun. But now it's time for the thing I really want to see is I'm going to dry it. I don't know how long it's going to take to dry, but we're going to stay here and maybe miss the cookie dough food truck if we have to for my art. Okay. I don't know if this is fully dry yet, but I believe to the touch it's dry enough. These are my observations. There are some things that I think are pretty positive about this stuff actually, which surprises me because it just seems so funny to me, like impasto watercolor, like watercolor is flat by nature. I will say that when you add the impasto, I feel like the color intensity remains. As you know, if you've been watching my videos on the Jerry's Autorama YouTube channel, I always talk about how watercolors sort of get paler as they dry. I didn't quite see that happen here. They did get a little madder as I expected because they aren't, filled with water anymore. But the color intensity remained, and that's probably having something to do with there being less water in it in the first place and more pigment stuck in that impasto binder in the Aquapasto. It's a cool effect. I could see having fun with this. In fact, Katie, put this to the side. I'm taking this home and I'm going to play with it more. I like it. It's cool. It's unique. I wasn't expecting this. I will say that I will not use this in my watercolor sketchbooks or journals because I'm afraid, this is... And also, can you put this behind glass? Because watercolor needs to be behind glass. I guess you have to put a spacer in. Yeah, your local Jerry's Autorama, or you can use our custom framing. Yeah, we can put those spacers right in for you. That's right. Yeah, you can frame your impasto watercolor. You thought it was impossible. We make it possible. All right, I like it. Mikey likes it. Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, how about that? I don't like anything. All right, so we'll move on to the next weird thing. Hopefully, I won't like that. Okay, the funny thing about mouth atomizers is that it's a very popular form of art for 6-year-olds in elementary school. But there's nothing funnier to me than seeing a bunch of kids that are like on the packaging. I mean, it's hysterical. Okay. So, how does this work? Okay, most likely, I guess this end goes in the paint, and it's a mouth atomizer, so I would blow through here. Now, I'm gonna blow everybody right now. Everybody's minds. It's so stupid. I'm gonna blow everybody's minds in here. The way this works is as air passes across the top of this longer tube, it is going to lower the pressure in the tube, which will allow this highly fluid acrylic to rise, and then through the projection of my spit, and when I mean spit, I just mean my man breath, come out on the page, like a little uncontrollable airbrush almost. I think that's how it works. It's been a long time.
Put the pad on a little baby easel.
Oh yeah, otherwise I'll be blowing. Because I'm going to have to keep... I need a little baby easel. So I'm going to remove the cap. I'm going to do this without the safety of a... net. All right, I'm going to insert my tube. And now I got nothing to do but blow. You can't see. You can't see what I just created. Do you want to see? Come on up here and look. Am I doing it wrong? Did I get the physics wrong? Can you try this? Is it too... I don't know. You've got higher lung capacity than most human beings. So.
I don't know. That's the funny part. Are you sure that's how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works.
It just takes a minute.
It's like a little crack pipe for art. Oh, gosh, you emasculate me every chance you get. Okay. How could you do that? How could I not do that?
It takes a while, though.
That was the equivalent of like, oh, well, you got it started for me.
Try it now.
Ay. Shut up, Ming. All right. This is like I'm about to swim a marathon. Like, I'm going to get my O2 levels, blood oxygen levels, 100%. And trying not to pop a capillary. Or a, what's it, eye vessel? An epillary? Okay, I just blew harder than I was really expecting. So much came out, it was like, did I get some on my face or my chest? Okay, because I blew that really hard. In fact, I blew it so hard, I'm getting drips where Katie blew it at the right amount, where she got the right amount of impact, but I obviously overshot my load. I mean, that's kind of cool. I shouldn't like this stuff. Did I just use this after you?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, well, now this bit is over. All right, we're moving on to the next one. Thank you. The Alumacomp is, and I haven't used it, but I've seen it. It's an aluminum panel, and it's double-sided. Each side has a slightly different texture, right, Katie? So let's see. This is the back. Now, the nice thing about painting on aluminum panels is that they're inorganic, which means that they're not going to deteriorate over time like wood stretcher bars and like cotton canvas might, or wood panels. So this is actually, in terms of archivalness, your best bet, because it's non-organic. It's not going to deteriorate over time the way wood or linen or cotton would. All right, now there's the other side. Mikey's going to try to get the sticker off. Oi. Oi. Okay, so this is a smooth... Oi. Katie. What I'm trying to tell you is that this is a smoother... Oh, it's turning into a thing. This is the smoother side. Ah! All right, we're going to be here all day. Look, it's two-sided. We're painting on this side, okay? It's in French. Oh, it's in English. To begin working, wipe off the outer surface film that forms as it dries. Okay. Okay, so this, you can kind of see, is that outer layer. I'm going to peel off so I can hopefully make some marks. All right, let's see. We're going to do like a Basquiat style. That's actually really fun. It's like painting with like lipstick almost, like a that's cool. And it's oil, so it'll stay wet a long time because it will take about an hour if I want to prep this one to use it. But I want to try it. That's really nice on the aluminum. I can only imagine how it would feel on the smoother side if I had the patience to take the rest of that off. Oh crap, I'm so blue. Do you see that? Like, look. That's buttery, man. All right. I do want to try the yellow. That's fun. Okay. You know what? This would be so much better if I took the time to peel the whole thing. Okay. There we go. All right, now we're gonna try some blendability. See if we get some greens. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I like it, Katie. I like it. Now it's turning into like some kind of weird Van Gogh. That's cool. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making a mess. I want to smush it. Give me another. That I could do that all day. All right. Well, now this is. Well, what's going to happen is actually the skin will form and you can peel it off. So that's pretty cool. I like it. I think this is cool. I'm not going to use it at home because I got kids and stuff. But all right. What is this? Pebeo. Sidewalk chalk paste. What? Mix the paste together to create your own colors or to obtain imprints and textures. Form your chalk with your fingers and the palms of your hand. Drying at least 24 hours depends on the thickness of your chalk. Have fun, draw on the sidewalk, playground, or near a surface. I'm not going to be able to use this now because I got to dry. Oh, you came prepared. I'm so glad that you made me a pig.
It's a cat. It did have a hat, but the hat broke off.
All right, well okay, so this is the final product. Let's just look at this stuff. Oh, that's got some weight to it. Form it in your hand. Okay, so I'm going to form it in my hand using twists, depending how thick I am. Okay, well with the gloves on, this isn't so bad for me. Making like a candy cane or something. I'm trying not to make it too thick because I would actually like to come back tomorrow and see how it dries. But I also, I'd like it to kind of swirl a little. There's really no way not to get this look phallic, is there? Mine's a little top heavy. Katie. Okay, let's go thin. We're going the world's longest piece of chalk. All right, we'll set that aside, and I don't know if we'll show it in the video or not, but I'm curious how that dries. I'm worried that it will just crack in half. All right, let me just fold that in half then. Now it looks like bacon. Everybody just got real excited. I heard Ming's stomach growl as I said bacon. All right, let's see how the chalk works. This is a chalkboard, I'm told. This is a cat, I'm told. It works beautifully. All right, next. Oh, I'm gonna leave these on. What the hell is this? Number 1, Artgraf Drawing Graphite Putty. What? Water soluble. Okay, so I'm guessing this is like a weird drawing tool.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, who would use this? Look at this. What is this for? It looks like a freaking fossil. Okay, that was kind of smooth actually, but I don't know why I care. That's actually like really smooth. I would never, ever, ever use this. Ever. In fact, like it's like I'm wearing gloves and I can't deal with this. I can't deal with it. Oh, look, it's getting all crummy. If you want to cover large areas with a graphite okay, I'm not going to use this, ever, personally. But I will say that even through my, whatever the hell you call this, it is impressively smooth. And I'm basically just using the weight of the load because there's tons of graphite in this to draw. I'm not even applying much pressure. And it really doesn't seem to matter how much pressure I add, because the more pressure I add, the more it just turns to schlop. All right, speaking of why would you need this? Well, it's water soluble, it says. So I'm going to try to, oh, I threw away its, here, Ming. All right. It's kind of cool. All right, because they found out that I do something that they feel is dirty, I'm going to try this kneaded eraser before we move on, because nobody knows what a kneaded eraser does. This is a kneaded eraser. If it's new to you, it's basically rubber that is kneadable. Now, the reason that you use these erasers, and that's fine, like it'll snap depending, but the reason that you use these erasers is that they don't leave any crumbs, which is really cool. And they're also like considered self-cleaning. So like, first of all, let's test this out and see if I can erase my sack here. I cannot. Okay. Does anybody have a pencil? Oh yeah, look, my piece is on. All right, let's just draw. I'm making hairy balls now. All right, well, let's clean that up. All right. All right, yeah, there we go. Kneaded eraser, okay? It picks up real pencil, not whatever the hell that stuff is. And then you see it picks up the graphite, but then if you knead it, it sort of, I don't know, it doesn't make the graphite disappear, but I think it just disperses it enough where it doesn't become a problem for a long time. I've had the same kneaded eraser for months to years, depending on how often I was drawing, without needing to replace it. And these are not expensive. Like these are like $1 and change, depending on the brand and how big your rubber is. Want to see if it bounces? All right, it's probably got hair on it now, so let's just leave it. I don't think it's a weird art supply. You don't use it for fine detail work, but it does serve a good purpose for artists, unlike whatever the hell that graphite stuff is. Oh, it's still right here. There was an open one already. Oh. Okay. What the hell is this? Artgraf. Handmade water-soluble graphite stick. Is this in something? Oh, it keeps coming out. I think I'm going to keep it in the sack. Yeah, I'm going to keep it in the sack. Go back in. Go back in. It's okay. Shh, 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 shh. It's like a lightsaber of art. Okay. So I guess you just draw with it? Yeah, I'm doing a great job examining, covering a lot. Let's see how big of a line it can make. Yeah. You called it, Katie. Look how quickly I covered the entire page.
Turn it sideways.
I am. What do you mean side? You want me to like...
Take it out.
I don't want to take it out.
Take it out with glove on.
But how am I going to put it... You're going to put it back in. Oh, okay. This I would put in the category of unique drawing tools. If you want to do like abstract expressionism or something, it's just a big friggin' log of graphite, basically. And it's apparently water soluble, so let me just see, prove it. Oh, that's actually really cool. Look at that, Katie.
That's pretty.
That's really water soluble. Okay, hashtag redeemed.
Is it erase?
Let's try it out. Where's my needed? All right. Oh, there was a hair ball. Oh, I was kidding, and it's not because Katie works here. No, forget this. Do we have something else? Oh, I want to go eat cookie dough. Will it erase? Actually, will it erase? And then if it does erase, will it erase after it has been wet? Yes, it will erase. That's pretty cool. That's cool with me. Let me make sure that's really fully dry. I mean, it's lifting. It's not like coming up as good, but it's still lifting. And it's not like picking up the paper.
You do some pretty large.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I mean,
Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. I mean, I'm not going to pick it up again, but I'm for it. What do you think of that? All right. Well, this is a large area, and I believe this is for, let's see, gently squeeze, twist, or rub until a small amount of powder can be seen on the surface of the pad. Rub pad on area to be cleaned, applying pressure as necessary. Use a soft dust brush to remove powder from cleaning area. Note, even though pad surface might appear dirty, after continued use, this dirt will not transfer. Powdered gum erasing material in a mesh bag. Gently removes dirt and smudges from drying surfaces. Dry erasing process, pad never needs washing. Also cleans tools and a wide variety of surfaces and materials. Okay, so let's just see what it does with this. So I'm supposed to squeeze and twist, which I guess gives some of the pixie dust out. Oh yeah, you see that coming out? It's like a mild abrasive eraser that makes a GDM. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember that from school. I didn't care because I was in a classroom. It wasn't my studio. It's literally pieces of eraser in a sock. I mean, that's what it is. So if you need that, thank you, Alvin. Okay. Pallet weighs less than an ounce. Saves you money by encouraging less waste. Rear pallet grip works perfectly for right and left-handed artists. Pallet has 4 vertical rows of space and measures only 7.5 inches across. No matter what media you use, this pallet is the perfect solution? How are you going to use this for anything but acrylics? Maybe gouache? Huh? Maybe oils. Maybe, but like, what the hell is that? Maybe oils, but watercolor? No. All right, this is weird. All right, we're going to put some colors out. We're going to get some lemon yellow. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to get, okay, maybe we will. All right, so I'm going to, it is definitely encouraging me to waste less because it makes me not want to paint. All right, I'm just doing 2 colors. Canvas pad here, my palette, and we're going to use a funny brush. My weapons. First, I'm going to mix up some paint. This paint's already like, what the hell is going on? It's already confused. All right, let's see. Shut up. Stop giving me orders. Okay, don't overwork it. All right, so funny brushes are essentially like different thickness rubber bands that can be used with, most mediums to create autumn trees. But you see, if I was doing an impressionistic, it's kitschy. Is that the right word? But I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
It's a happy little tree.
Yeah.
Happy little fall tree.
I love fall trees. Look at that. Look at that. Want more yellow. Okay. If you want it, we got it. I'll just say that. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you can make a judgment for yourself. All honesty, it's not uncomfortable to hold, okay? Not any more so or less than a oval palette, right? So I like the fact that all the paints are kind of close by. I don't need this big giant thing, but when I miss the big giant thing is when I'm trying to mix a color. There's 3 mixing areas, more or less. So it encourages less waste because you don't got any room to mix your colors, or at least minimal room. I mean, this could be a very useful tool to certain artists. I'm sure they exist for a reason, but yeah. So I'm holding it. You can work left-handed or right-handed. All right, that's a fall tree. This has been an artist demonstration. You're welcome. And what else do we got? All right, I know what these do. I just don't want to. Okay, so these have been some weird art supplies and some art supplies that I'm not willing to try. And yeah, I was actually pleasantly surprised with most of them. A lot of them are very specific to certain types of art and design, which is to be expected of, something that we would consider weird or bizarre, like a rubber kneaded eraser. No, I think that these are unique. They're unique art supplies that fill some niche, some very specific forms of art. And hopefully, if you've seen something on here that you didn't know existed and it might work for you, you will buy it from us because you're on our channel and I'm trying to entertain you and I only have one shoe on. This is uncomfortable. So yeah, you can follow me on the Instagram at MikeNotJerry. I'm just going to put the in front of everything. Subscribe, like the video if this is helpful to you at all. Ring the bell to be notified when we post new videos. And I hope that you actually give some of this stuff a try. I mean, we play up here and we make fun, but there were some, I was pleasantly surprised with more of these than I was expecting. So hope this is helpful for you. I got a funny brush waiting. Come by and visit. Oh yeah, if you want a weird art supply, we got art supplies for you. Links are in the description below if you're interested in any of these products. And also leave your comments. What's the weirdest art supply you've ever tried? I like to know. I like to hear about anything weird. Weird things you painted. Weird things you painted by accident. All that jazz. So please comment below. And get into fights. I love it when people fight. Yeah, it's just in the comments. Yeah, not physical. Just like cyberbullying back and forth between consenting adults. I'm for it. If anybody leaves a comment, I'm going to fight you on there. Thanks, buddy.
You look very confused.
I don't know how to turn things on. Shut up!